video will cover how to play the card game BlackJack. The video will start with the general concepts and gameplay and then get into more of the details for the game. The video will conclude with an example round. The game can be played with 2 or more players. The object of the game is to get your card total closer to 21 than the dealer without going over 21. Although multiple players are in the game, each player is only playing against the dealer. The face cards are worth 10 points, the 2s through the 10s are worth face value, the aces are worth 1 or 11, whichever is better for the player. The game begins with each player placing a bet. Blackjack is played with a standard 52 card deck. Each player is dealt 2 cards, 1 card at a time. The player's cards are dealt face up. The dealer keeps 1 card face down. Each player has the choice to hit or stay. A hit is signaled by tapping the table and indicates a player wants another card. A stay is signaled by waving your hand above the table and indicates a player does not want any more cards. The player left of the dealer is first to hit or stay. Player 2 taps the table to indicate he wants another card. The 6 gives him 20 and player 2 waves his hand to stay. Player 3 goes next and waves his hand indicating he does not want any more cards. Player 4 is up next and he taps the table for another card. Player 4 gets a 5 for a total of 13. Player 4 signals another hit and gets a 10. This takes player 4's total over 21. This is known as a bust and player 4 loses his bet. The dealer now flips over his card and has a 19 and has to stay. Player 2's 20 beats the dealer and he wins his bet. Player 3's 17 does not beat the dealer and he loses his bet. If a player is dealt 21 on the first 2 cards, it is a blackjack. A blackjack payout is 3-2, meaning the player wins 3 chips for every 2 chips bet. If a player is dealt 2 cards of the same rank, he has the option to split them. A split is done by placing another bet equal to the bet already made and signaling 2 pointed fingers. The matching cards are split and each one gets another card. Then the split cards are hit on or stayed on separately. A player can double down by adding to his bet and signaling 1 pointed finger. When doubling down, a player only gets 1 card and has to stay. The double down usually only happens when a player's first 2 cards equal 9, 10, or 11. If a player and the dealer tie, it is known as a push. The player will keep his original bet. The dealer is forced to hit if his first 2 cards equal 16 or less. The dealer has to stay if his first 2 cards equal 17 or more. The round begins with each player placing a bet. The cards are dealt 1 at a time with the player's cards face up and 1 of the dealer's cards face down. Player 3 was dealt a blackjack and wins. He gets paid out 3 chips for his 2 chips bet. Player 2 was dealt an 11. Player 2 doubles his bet and signals he wants to double down. 1 card is dealt to player 2, giving him a 16. Player 2 only gets 1 card on the double down. Play moves to player 4, who has a 6 or 16. Player 4 signals a hit and gets a 4. This gives player 4 a 10 or 20. Player 4 stays with the 20. The dealer flips over the hidden card and has a 13. The dealer is forced to hit and gets a 10. This gives the dealer 23 and he has busted. Player 2 and player 4 win and the dealer pays the bet amount. The deal now moves to player 2. That wraps up how to play blackjack. Thanks for watching.